That's better. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Politics Social on Morning Brew on Politics Social. I'm Graham Hughes. Obviously, a little bit discombobulated. We've got loads of stuff to get on with today. After this show, immediately after the show, we're doing the last Lego show. We've just got to finish this bit of the Lego Globe, so we'll be doing that immediately after this, and then immediately after that, we've got PMQs. So, hi to everybody out there in the chat and everything. We've got Plum Duff saying, morning, driver, mind the gap. We've got Sarah Davis in there. We've got Leonora's embroidery journey saying morning. We've also got Michael Warner saying, is this the way to Amarillo? If you would like to join them in the chat, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button under the screen, and it'll allow you to join the chat, which some people should do. Also, if you'd like to give us a like, that's also a good thing. So please give us a like. For some reason, I can't add anything. I can't write anything in because it's saying subscribers only mode. Am I not subscribed to my own channel? What is this? What anyway, so we're going to be talking a little bit about gaslighting this morning because I am sick and tired of this stupid dance that we do. Okay, right? It's this thing where somebody who is on the right, some absolute wrong-un, does something horrible. Like Trump increases the price of insulin by like 8,000%. Or he releases cop killers from jail and expunges their record so they can go and buy more guns, presumably to kill more cops and get away with it. And then you have this scramble by the people who support this shit flap to go, oh no, but there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. And I'm so sick of it. We get it. We had it with Farage when, you know, he had that plane crash and the guy who was flying the plane killed himself a couple of years later. No one really talks about that, do they? But I'm sure there's a reasonable, rational explanation for that. We heard it with Boris Johnson again and again and again. There was a perfectly valid reason why he forced his mistress to have 2 of his abortions and then lied about it to the then leader of the Tory party. There was a valid reason for him to pay his mistress over £120,000 of taxpayers' money for IT lessons on the couch of his family home while his wife was getting treated for cancer. There's a perfectly rational explanation for all the parties he had. I mean, he was surprised by a cake, for God's sake. What's wrong with you people? Leave him alone. He's trying his best. And now we're getting it with Trump, where these absolute gobshites of the GOP, the genital obsessed party, are going, yeah, I know he's basically sacked everyone who, he suspended everyone who has been hired under DEI policies since the 1960s. This actually happened today. Look out for it. They go, oh, no. He did release over 1,500 violent criminals from jail. But, you know, he had his reasons. I know he's made insulin cost 8,000 times more than it used to, or it's gone up by 8,000%. But, you know, I mean, he's got his reasons. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why he's threatening to invade Panama and Greenland. It's okay. It's okay. And I want to say loud and clear to everyone watching this and anyone who, you know, you meet in the streets, just tell them this from me, okay? There are 4 lights. And when Elon Musk does a fucking Nazi salute at a fucking Trump inauguration, you don't call it a Roman salute. You don't say he was swatting a fly. You don't say that he's got autism and that's what autistic people do. Because that's bullshit. He did a Nazi salute. End of discussion. I'm not even going to discuss the possibilities here. He did a Hitler salute to the party faithful who cheered. That's it. That's all you need to know. The world is round. Vaccines fucking work. And you know, 9/11 wasn't an inside job, surprisingly enough. My head is sore because of this, says Francis. I know that feeling. The globe looks like you're building a Lego Death Star. Well, I think that the actual structure inside is the same as a Death Star. I think that's how they do the interior of a Death Star. I don't know, because maybe you get there's 2 Death Stars and then the second one wasn't completed, so you need to be able to see inside it. So you have to build layers inside the Death Star. There's a question for you. And Darth Vader, what about what Baron did? I missed that one. I missed that bit, mate. You'll have to fill me in on what happened there. Maggie Pie saying Twitter or Facebook. I'm getting error messages about my hard drive popping up onto the screen in quick array. Hard drive nearly full. Loads of stuff on here. Loads of backup stuff on there. Doesn't seem to be working. That's a bit of a worry because basically I'm going to Liverpool. I'm going to do these shows this morning, and then I'm going to throw stuff in a backpack, pack up my camera and my microphone and my lights, and what else do we need? A tripod. And I'm heading to Liverpool, and I need this. I need this to work. I need this hard drive to bloody work. Sound keeps flickering in and out. Yeah, that will probably be because of the pop-ups I was getting on the screen then. Is it better now? Is it better? He's blown the preamps. Let me know if it's got better now. It was like in the late 90s when you used to get all those pop-ups come up all over the screen. And we're back with sound. Yeah, sorry about that. I was getting, I think all the pop-ups were interfering with the screen because obviously it was making a tone. Anyway, so back to sound not as a pound. Yeah, Graham, you muted. Yeah, I'm back now. You can all hear me now. I can see that I'm quite bouncy on the mic levels. I don't have a monitor in my ears, so I don't actually know if you can hear me. So I just have to rely on you telling me in the chat. Sound, Graham. Audio. Anyway, there are 4 lights. And if you don't know what I'm referring to there, it's a Star Trek episode in which Picard is tortured to the point where he can actually see that he sees there are 5 lights because he's told to say there's 5 lights when there's only 4. But he still maintains there are 4 lights because he knows that's the truth. And what these gaslighting motherfuckers are doing to us is destroying our ability to think rationally about anything. And they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose to mess with us. They're doing it to destroy our faith in humanity, our faith in each other. They're doing it to tire us out. So we just give up. So we're like, this is too depressing. I can't be bothered fighting against it anymore. So my advice, just before my hard drive went tits up there, my advice would be, good job I've got backups of all my graphics here. Local backups. Otherwise, all the screen would have gone off probably. I would have lost all my animations. The time you get back by detoxifying your phone, getting rid of those apps. Aid this morning described it as it's like getting rid of a toxic partner. Do you know what I mean? Like you finally feel free and you've suddenly got all this time on your hands to do other stuff. And that's very much the way I feel after getting rid of Twitter, which I'm now banned from. Because I did a tweet a while ago, actually. I'd quite forgotten I'd written this, where I called Elon Musk a C unit and hoped that he went on a diet. A diet. That's what I said. Diet. Might have said get rid of the T or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, but my account has been suspended. So, oh well. I just won't use it then, eh? When you're in the pool, all I'll have to spell library. Oh yeah, absolutely, mate, absolutely. That was the library that was burnt by dickheads in the riots over the summer. The Witchy Goth, Trump in church, his face showed it all. I thought he was going to get up and walk out. That was a fantastic sequence. If you haven't seen it yet, please check it out. It's a bishop, a female bishop, who is talking directly to Trump and talking about compassion. She's got this great line of like, be good to strangers because we were all strangers once in this land. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I don't think any of it went into Trump's ears. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit about anyone but himself. This whole thing is a huge heist for him. He's going to try and get as much money as possible and stay in power for as long as he possibly can. And if that means suspending the Constitution, suspending the rule of law, bringing his private militias in to defend him and his agenda, he will do it. He will do it. And people go, no, but there's not enough people. Do you think there's not enough Americans that will go out and do horrible things to fellow Americans? You only need 100,000 of them, which is a fraction of 1% of the population. And yes, there are 100,000 psychopaths in America who are willing to do whatever Trump wants them to do. And if 100,000 psychopaths turn up in your state, I mean, California might be all right. They've got a population of 39 million people. But somewhere like Wyoming, I mean, you know, and not that Wyoming's going to put up a fight against Trump. They love all the stuff that he's doing. And this is another thing with the gaslighting. We've had it through all of Brexit of like these dickheads, these gobshites, Tories and refuck and the UKIPers and the Brexit party. They'll say, I never said that. And you've got them on record, you've got them on tape, you've got them on video going, no, here you go, here's you meeting the Russian ambassador. And no, that wasn't me. And you just like, if you've ever known anyone who gaslights, anyone who just lives in their own fictional fucking universe, you will understand immediately. You'll see this immediately as for what it is. It's trying to subvert your ideas about what reality is and second guess yourself and go, well, actually, no. Is that true? Is it gonna be? And one thing that I can promise on this show, on this channel, as much as I can, I'm never gonna lie to you. I'm never gonna just gaslight you. I might come out with something and it might not be quite right, and you will correct me in the chat quite rightly, and I'll go, okay, sorry, I didn't realize that was the case. Or if I'm quoting a figure, it might not be the exact percentage. But generally speaking, the endeavor on this channel is to be truthful and honest, and insult politicians who I hate and oligarchs who I hate in creative and interesting ways, like calling them shit flaps. Commander DJ Burp, Elon, the gaming nobody, guy who was attacking streamers after getting caught as a crap gamer, guy's an effing snowflake. That's very true. That female bishop was a delight. His face actually being called out for his actions. If only mainstream media would do the same. Yeah, exactly. But this is it. We do not in any way control the means of communication. All of communication is owned by oligarchs. It's owned by billionaires who have their own agenda, which is for them to pay no tax, for them to pollute the planet, for them to make more money day in, day out, and for everyone else to suffer. Because they get off on human suffering. All of these billionaires get off on human suffering, like the doctor in that episode of Black Mirror. And it is just where you had to attack people with a hammer in order to, you know, feel pleasure. That's what they are. They're fucking psychopaths. And Trump is a psychopath. And you're going to see every time he does something horrible, you're going to see journalists go up to Republican lawmakers and say, oh, what do you think about this thing that he's done? And they'll make some mealy-mouthed excuse for this absolute fucking horror. There is an episode of The Twilight Zone, famous one, where there's a small boy called Anthony. He's actually played by Bill Mummy, who went on to be in Lost in Space, the original series in the 70s. And then he was also in Babylon 5. Yeah, as a kid, and he has special powers, and everyone has to be really nice to him, or he'll send them to the cornfield, i.e. he'll kill them, like with the power of his mind. And it starts off going, there is a monster in this town. There is a town, and he's a 7-year-old kid called Anthony, pretty much. And everyone's really terrified of Anthony, and they'll do anything to be nice to him. I think they pronounce the H in his name, which really drives me up the wall. But, you know, that's the way they say things in America and Australia. They put the H in Anthony. I don't think it should be said out loud, but whatever. It's a long way away, I suppose, the message. They didn't get the memo. Anyway, so they're like, that was a good thing you did, Anthony. That is a good thing you did. Anything he does, he murders his own parents. And they're like, that was a great thing you did. We're all very happy that you did that terrible thing, Anthony. Please don't get angry at me. And that's what these mealy-mouthed Republican, Tory, fuckers are like. They're just like this to their godhead, Trump. And it's why I keep impressing that, like, he is one man. And once he's out the picture, one way or another, whether that's electorally, he gets he gets voted out of office, which I don't think is going to happen. Or or which I think is more likely, he carks it while in office. There's no one to replace him. There is nobody to replace him. Not the guy who replaced Hitler. No one even remembers his bloody name. What was his name? Duncan something. Was it Duncan? Someone tell me the name. Derchevich? Who was the guy who replaced Hitler after Hitler shot himself? What was his name? Dunich? Oh, someone's going to tell me in the chat. I'm almost there. If this was a pub quiz, I'd be writing all the different variations of Dulwich. It's something like this. But yeah, who? He was just put in place to sign the papers to surrender. JD Vance has no personality at all. He can't even order a fucking donut without coming across like an alien who's just landed on Earth. You've got Elon Musk, who is just the most unlikable, weird creep in the universe. He's even fucked up all the gamers now. And then who else? Who's gonna replace Trump? No one. Mitch McConnell. It's not gonna happen. Anthony Fisher, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. That's very kind of you. Between Musk, Trump, the Bees Express headline today, it really feels like people are going to start going after autistic people. Yeah, Anthony, thank you very much for pointing this out, because one of the most disgusting defenses of the Hitler salute that Musk did in front of a gang of braying billionaires, he did it twice just to make sure that he wasn't swatting a fly. Just so you knew. And it was celebrated. There was an Italian politician who was like, yay, the Hitler salute, woo! And then had to delete that tweet because everyone went, no, don't call it that. Don't say it's a Hitler salute. Don't say it's a Nazi salute. Say it's a Roman salute, which is what the Nazis used. That's literally where they got the idea from a romanticized vision of what a salute that the Romans did. That was invented in the 1700s during the Renaissance, when people were painting pictures of, the days in Roman times. They invented this salute of the people going, hello, I'm going. And as James O'Brien pointed out, if you think that salute was acceptable, go do it outside your school. When you drop your kids off at school, go do that. Go into work and do that. I tell you what, why isn't a professional footballer do it after scoring a goal? Go on. If it's perfectly acceptable, let's see what happens. So go on, fuck around, find out. It's a Hitler salute. There were Nazis who went, yay, he did the Nazi salute. Who then, oh no, actually it wasn't a Nazi salute. It was a Nazi salute. But what he did was he said, or his defenders, his little acolytes, these little weird people. And then, oh my God, shut up. I love him. And they're like, no, he's autistic. That's why he's done it. He's autistic. No, fuck off. Just because you're autistic doesn't mean you're a Nazi. Okay? It doesn't mean you accidentally Nazi. That's not part of the autism spectrum. As far as anyone knows. No one has ever gone, oh shit, I've entered this fucking Dr. Strangelove universe where I can't help but do a fucking Hitler salute like Dr. Strangelove. Someone pointed out that, considering his involvement in the US rocket program, Elon Musk's Nazi-like tendencies is part of the course, isn't it? Is it Werner Braun, was it, who helped to develop the V2 rocket that slammed into London, killing people? Was that him? Yeah, and then he was working for NASA, helped put man on the moon. That's nice. Paul Ewan, thank you very much for the £5 super chat there, mate. One genital obsessed party Republican representative in a interview said the US had the right to acquire Greenland because the US are the dominant predator. They aren't even hiding it. Yeah, well, why would they hide it? They said what they were going to do. Trump said that he was going to pardon all these prisoners. He said he was going to, you give him his credit. He does what he says he's going to do. And people go, no, he doesn't really mean that. He doesn't really mean he's going to make people's lives a fucking misery. He's not going to, increase the price of everyday medication by thousands of percent. He's not going to, bring in trade barriers that are going to, trade tariffs that are going to raise the cost of everyday life by sevenfold. He's not actually going to do that. Yeah, he is. He is going to do that. Werner von Braun. That's him. That's the one. Werner. Did anyone tell me what the name of the guy who replaced Donitz? Admiral Donitz. Donitz? Is it Donitz or Donitz? Grand Admiral Thrawn. Carl Donitz. Yeah. I knew it was something like that. I was skating around it. If you'd been on the quiz team with me, we would have got it together. I'm pretty sure. Futum Stuck says the H in Anthony is a mistake. The 17th, 18th century scholars added it because they thought the name derived from the Latin for flower, anthos, but it doesn't. It comes from Latin, Antonius. Well, there you go. Futum Stuck knows their shit. Thank you, Futum Stuck. You've enlightened me, and I absolutely right at getting slightly mildly irate when people put the H in the name Anthony. But I mean, if it's your name and that's the way you like to pronounce it, I need to respect that because that's the kind of guy I am these days. I used to think it was really funny if someone changed their name by deed poll to something daft like Flower or Meadow. I'll go, oh, all right then, yeah, all right, Vicky. But now I wouldn't actually do that. I would respect the fact they wanted to change their name so much that they changed it by deed poll. In the same way that when someone gets married and they change their surname, something I don't think that people should do, but that's their choice. They've changed their name. Don't keep calling them by their maiden name because it's not very, it's not the name that they want to be known by anymore. They want to be known by this other guy's name until they get divorced, and then maybe they'll still be known by that guy's name for a bit because all the papers are in that, and the kids have got their name, and I hope nothing happens in the next few years because otherwise that's going to be the name that you have for eternity. Anyway, moving on. Paul, thank you very much for the. I've done that one for the £5 super chat. Dernit. Okay, thank you. Futumstuck. Why didn't they put an E instead of an O with an umlaut? Why? Why, everyone? Why? Brown, not brawn. Brawn. Do Yanks pronounce it like cool whip or something? Cool whip. Yes, indeed. What about Thomas or Teresa then? You don't say Thomas. You don't say Theresa. Yeah, dodgy. You're right. You just don't. But then I've got a really silly name. I'm Graham, which is it's written Graham, but we say Graham, like colour and then and then my surname Hughes has got a silent GH in the middle of it. That's just mental. It's a silent GH. You know how much trouble that caused me when I was travelling around the world? No one could pronounce my name, which gives me a little bit of forgiveness for myself when I'm presented with a name I've never seen before and I have a crack at pronouncing it and I fuck it up. And I know some people get really upset about this and go, it's really insulting to fuck up people's pronunciations of their names. And you should say, how do I pronounce this? And that should be fair enough. But I have the same problem. But I don't get upset about it because I understand that people have different pronunciations from where they're from. And if they see a word that they've never seen before, chances are they might mispronounce it, especially if it's Siobhan or something. Or Katrina spelled Catriona. Anthony Fisher, thank you very much. It's not a mistake. It's my name, Anthony. There you go. So there you go. See, I said I'll respect it. So Anthony, thank you very much. I'll try and remember to. I'm gonna make a note. I'm gonna try and remember whenever I say your name. I'm gonna put the TH in there. Although they inserted the H incorrectly, it was always intended to be silent, i.e. the T in Thomas, Thierry, Teresa, Neanderthal, Amathal, etc. Yeah, but if Anthony wants to pronounce his name that way, that's fair enough. I didn't know many people in the UK did that. I thought it was an American thing. But there you go. Multiple scary details of divorce in one sentence. Well, yeah, I mean, you keep some other bloke's name. And then he might marry someone else, and then they'll get his name. It's just a ridiculous system. I'm sorry, I'm just so against marriage. I just think it's... But, tax benefits, I guess. Do you pay less tax or you get more money or something if you're married? We are followers of the great Hughes, the Von Trapps of YouTube. Except I can't sing. I cannot sing. What was it that I was watching the other day where they were talking... Oh, it was Ted Lasso, where they were talking about the sound of music and how do we solve a problem like Maria? And he's like, Nazis, the Nazis. I think they're a bit more of a problem than Maria. Very good. Anyway, so I'm going to move on now to the papers, if I may. So we've got the stories about the young man who murdered school children in at a dance class in Southport. Sorry, just let me get this lined up here. He bought his knife. He's 17. He bought his knife on Amazon. Can we blame Amazon for this? Can we go after Amazon? Can we sue Amazon for giving this guy a knife? I mean, seriously? I think we should. And there's a picture of that ugly fucking thing, Trump. I'm sorry, I'm trying to not get pictures, but I will like to point out Melania's face there is an absolute picture. That's during the day of prayer. God, her face is just collapsing, isn't it? And then we've got how high fashion is waging a silent war against the Trumps. Um, okay. Reeves hit by biggest job slump since COVID, and battled Chancellor heads to Davos summit amid fresh alarm of a faltering economy and warning from investors of death spiral. Fucking that's it. Easy for you to say. And then we've got the convicted Capitol rioters freed by Trump. This is on the front cover of The Guardian. PM's pledged to overhaul terror laws amid tidal wave of online violence. They're also going after people with, who are claiming benefits incorrectly from having a driving license. And I'm just like, oh, for God's sake, we spend more money chasing people, who take an extra £2 a week than we do that actually goes unclaimed by people who deserve the money. David Miliband lobbying to replace Mandelson in Washington. That'll be interesting. And then Katie Melua talking about her breakdown that she had, which is, I mean, it's good that people talk about this stuff these days a bit more. And then we've got Labour makes new threats to tackle tech moguls over harmful content. I don't want threats, I want fucking action. Daily Telegraph there being a bunch of bastards. Benefits sheets to be banned from the road. I bet they got off on that. There's a picture of a prince for some reason because they're obsessed with the royal family in a really kind of weird way. Harry very close to settlement in some case, which is a very disheartening headline. We don't want him to settle. We want him to take him to court. And then Millionaire Dave says, just do it like me. Okay. And then we've got the Southport stabbings inquiry launch. War on Misfits. Starmer warns of new terror threat from bedroom loners plotting extreme violence. Well, yeah, that's going to be a huge problem over the next few years, especially with Trump in power. And then we've got a picture of fucking the gobshite himself, Elon Musk there, doing a Nazi salute. Look at his face. Look at it. Is he throwing his heart to the crowd with that face? No, he's doing a Hitler salute. A Nazi piece of work, indeed. And then we've got lock up your bins because of Storm Ewan coming. Britain's new threat from violent online misfits. It's another headline from the Express, which is echoed somewhere else. And then we've got another picture of that gobshite Trump, and he's saluting while everyone else has got their hand on their heart because he doesn't know what to do because he's thick. He's thick as pig shit and lazy and god awful. Christopher Bowles, they never chase the tax dodgers. At the very least, paying your taxes should be held up as a key component of patriotism. Indeed, yeah. At least you took off the awful hat. I wish you wouldn't show the Daily Heil. I'm sorry, David. The site I use that one because it doesn't show the sun. But the Daily Heil, I mean, in a way, it's a little bit know thy enemy because we need to know what these fuckers are saying to be able to, counter it in any way. But yes, God, I'm just not standing for any gaslighting. And so my final thought on this is the politicians will do this. The Tories will say, I never said that when we know that they said it. They'll use the Davos defense. They will have their little friends in their party and their in the media, the 1,200 people from the private school mafia, go to privateschoolmafia.com, you don't fucking believe me, who run everything in this country. They'll get their friends in the private school mafia, and not all people on the private school mafia list are bad, just let me make that very clear, but enough of them are. And they go out and they'll parrot the lies, the bullshit. One thing that really fucked me off about the last leader of the Labour Party is whenever he did something fucking horrible, like voted with the Tories to enact Article 50, which would make all the poorest people in the country even fucking poorer, I was told by his acolytes that, no, that wasn't the case. He didn't actually do that thing that he actually fucking did. And I was told that, when he praised a Jewish, a mural, an anti-Semitic mural, I was told that wasn't actually anti-Semitism. When two Jewish MPs from Liverpool, resigned, one after nearly 50 years of being an elected representative of the party, citing anti-Semitism. I was told by, it screamed at in my face that it wasn't anti-Semitism when it actually fucking was anti-Semitism. So that's the other thing. It's not just the people who are getting paid to peddle this gaslighting bullshit. It's the supporters of the people who are getting paid to peddling it on their behalf. So when people respond to you pointing out that Elon Musk did a Hitler salute, saying, no, it's a Roman salute, just tell them to fuck off and then block them out your life forever, because you don't need that shit. We've got 4 years of this shit, and you don't have to waste any of your time arguing with gobshites who are gaslighting you, not even getting paid for it. They're not getting paid for it. They're just literally sitting there going, I'm going to lie to this person I know through Facebook or Twitter or whatever communication you use. I'm going to lie to them. I'm going to make them think they're going crazy, because everyone around here is going, that was a Nazi salute, and they're going, no, actually, if you think about it, it's because he's got autism. Yeah, fuck off. Block. That's it. Gone. Anyway, in 2006, footballer Paulo Di Canio got banned for doing the Roman salute, then proudly claimed to be a fascist and a Mussolini supporter. Therefore, Roman salute is no longer a defense for Muskie. Yeah, well, it isn't. It isn't. I mean, if you say he did a Roman salute, he did a Nazi salute, because a Roman salute is a Nazi salute. Do you know what I mean? It's like, she wore a red dress. No, it was red. Yeah, that's what I said. No, but it was scarlet. Yeah, but scarlet's a shade of red. Yeah, but it's scarlet. Who voted for Brexit with the Tories, Graham? Who voted for Brexit with the Tories? The Labour did. Labour did. In the start of what was it, 2017? Yeah, February 2017. Go and check Hansard, right? It's a 3-line whip. 3-line whip to vote with the Tories to activate Article 50 with no plan in place for what we were going to do. No deal in place, not even any backroom discussions with the EU of what our future relationship was going to look like. No provisions whatsoever, no amendments to protect the rights of British citizens living in Europe, in the EU, or EU citizens living here. All 5 million of them. Nothing. And it was a 3-line whip to support a Tory party that at the time had a majority. So don't fucking gaslight me. Go and have a look at fucking Hansard. I'm sick of this shit. Every fucking time you go, he did this, you go, oh, no, he didn't. Tell me when it happened. Tell me. Go and do your research. No, fuck off. I'm not doing research. If you don't like this channel, mate, there's a million fucking other left-wing channels that are so far up Corbyn's arse, they wear him as a fucking hat. This channel isn't. Fucking hate the man. He's an absolute gobshite, and I blame him more than anyone else on this planet for fucking Brexit, because he put up no fight against Brexit whatsoever. He just laid down and let the fascists, let the oligarchs, let the bully boys, the billionaires, Bullingdon Club shit all over us, and he did nothing to protect us whatsoever. So yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off that the baddies keep winning. Why do the baddies keep winning? Because people make excuses for them. As if they're their firstborn. Oh my God, my firstborn can do no wrong. Yes, they can. They can be a psycho killer. It does happen. One Angry Badger, member for 20 months. I give you a welcome members thing. Woo! Welcome new members. Even though you're an old member. Thank you very much for being a superstar for 20 months. All hail the indomitable Badger. Right, I'm going to make some Lego and calm down a bit. Should we make some Lego? I'll see you. I'm going to make another cup of coffee. Oh, can't. I'm out of milk. Shit. I'm gonna make some hot Ribena. I'm not. Yeah, and we're going to fill in this bit. So come back in about 10 minutes time. Yeah, meet back here. Same back channel. I've already set up the link to it. Oh, actually, do you know what I could do if I'm very clever? I could go, hey, you can actually stay tuned if you want. I mean, go and listen to James O'Brien if you want to. I mean, you don't have to stay on this channel, but if you want to stay on this channel, you're very welcome to. And yes, I'm gonna just redirect. So, brilliant, cool. Right, you will be automatically redirected to the next build with me, which will be starting in about 10 minutes when I hopefully get this hard drive working and get the file off it that I need to make the thumbnail. It's never easy, is it? Anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you like the content, give us a like. If you didn't like it, give us a dislike. I don't care. As long as it's engagement, it's all good. And until next time, I'll say thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the chat. I love you all. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.